Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we are taking a look at what is possibly the biggest meta shift in World of Warships Legends in as long as I can remember. It's the Concealment mod coming to all Tier 6, Tier 7, and I assume soon to be Tier 8 battleships. This one little addition has absolutely changed battleship play for me. It has made it so much more exciting. It's made it so I can get closer to the enemies. It's made it so I can put a battleship in places I previously was unable to play a battleship, and it has made it just so much more fun. In fact, I'm using the Florida, one of the ships that you would probably say is a bit meh when it comes to battleships, right? It's one of the underwhelming battleships out there, but we're going to play it to great effect because, well, we're running that new Concealment mod. Additionally, we have also changed our default William Sims to embrace this new meta. But before we show that off, let's just take a look and enjoy this hit on the Colorado. Oh, juicy, juicy. And that's why I love the Florida. You're able to get closer with her smaller guns, maintain penetration at those what used to be longer ranges, because enemies are still playing in their old positions, but you're able to get closer, so you're able to maintain position. Oh, you're able to maintain the penetration. It's glorious. Well, he slaps us for a Citadel right through our bow. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at our Sims, because I have gone ahead and slightly changed up the way I'm running Sims. I used to be one of those Scharnhorst von Essen people who runs those two as my inspirations. My new second inspiration is now Kondo, who boosts battleship concealment. So from the Concealment mod, we get an extra 10% concealment. Adding Kondo, we get an additional 5% concealment, giving us a 15% more stealthy battleship, but we could go further if we wanted to add Swirsky, but we're not doing that today. Additionally, one of the other things I have changed is I've taken off gyrating drill bits and added crisscross. With the concealment, I didn't want the effects of gyrating drill bits, which its one negative effect is it reduces your top speed by 10%. I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to try flanking with some of these battleships and being able to get into positions a little bit quicker. And I'm not 100% committed to it quite yet, but I'm thinking it will stay in the arsenal. Anyways, we've moved up to this position, which you probably have never seen a battleship successfully play, because previously it was a bit of a death trap, but we are going to tuck ourselves in right over here. We were using that Fiji smoke because when we fire in the Fiji smoke, it's a 12.1 kilometer detectability range, and now once we drop off that, we then lose spotting again. And this is why I love the new Concealment mod. You are able to fire your guns, then drop off 20 seconds later. It makes it slightly annoying. It gives you the ability to maneuver. Oh, hey, look, there's Durka Games. Go check him out. He's a LCC. It gives you the ability to maneuver and to make plays unlike you would have been able to previously. It does absolutely change the way you can get yourself dug into positions. It makes it so you can lock down new corridors, new ways to play, and that's exactly what we want to do. Colorado going broadside once again. Let's see if we can get these shots reloaded in time. I think he's going to end up turning out, so we're not going to get too big of a hit right here. But still, being able to play this far forward in a battleship is just an absolute blast, and it is why this Concealment mod is such a big deal. It is letting us play up here, unlike we used to have been able to, right? It is absolutely giving us the one ability to get into this position, and then two, when we need to, be able to disengage and move elsewhere. So, oh, one other thing, during my update day video, I said you couldn't exchange out mod slots, your RGA, for Concealment mod without having to pay money. That was a mistake on me, because I assumed Wargaming was greedier than how we all assume they are, and even when you said I'll sell my old mod, you still had to pay the dubs. It turns out if you click the I will sell my current mod, it's going to make it so that you don't have to pay the Wargaming dubs tax to switch out your mod slots. So just a little PSA there, because I definitely did not know that, and someone had to point it out to me in the CC Discord, and I felt like a little bit of an idiot. So we get some nice, gorgeous penetrations on him. Also, destroyer pops up. Fortunately, guns aren't reloaded, and we do have to make the call here whether we want to shoot at the destroyer or if we want to go after the Gneiss now. And strategically speaking, I think we have a better chance of getting a bigger hit on that Gneiss now than we do hitting that destroyer. And if we can go ahead and take that Gneiss now out, we have an aircraft carrier in the game. We should be able to get spots on the Gnevny, and as I say that, we take another huge chunk out of the Gneiss now. Other bonus that's going on right now is we are attracting a lot of attention from the enemy aircraft carrier, and that is fine by us. Florida has some of the best AA for battleships at the tier, so we will happily sit here and take the aircraft abuse, because we've racked up 11 kills already on those planes, and that's allowing us to do some real nice things. As we back up here, we are also starting to consider moving out of this area, right? We want to be able to get that rear gun in tow, but also we want to start to be able to maintain the range so we can continue dropping off spot from the Gneiss now. So we've come tucked in this corner, hit full ahead, and then as we've dropped off spot, because we have that concealment mod, we're going to use this ability where Gneiss now, we're outspotting the Gneiss now to be able to start and make this turn. If there wasn't a destroyer out in the middle of the water there, we would probably have been able to make this turn completely stealthy. We're still putting ourselves at risk, but we're at a significant less amount of risk than we would have been if we were spotted that entire time. Right now he has to readjust his gun, line it up, get in the flight time. So we've made this turn pretty much by the time he would have been able, by the time those shells flew to us. Now, mind you, he did have HE loaded, so that did definitely help us as far as amount of HP taken down, but this gave us the ability to kind of make that turn without as much risk. Gneiss now once again showing his broadside to us. Those shells look beautiful. We get the Citadel, pick up the high caliber there. We're at the high caliber about halfway through the match, which is excellent. Enemy friendly Caracciolo ends up taking out Gneiss now. All good there. We're doing what we can. Like I said, we're still attracting the damage of our friend, the enemy aircraft carrier, and that is absolutely fine by us. We go ahead, flip on over to HE, just because we know there are 2 destroyers in the area. We know there's one in that smoke cloud up front, and we know there's another one somewhere out in the water, so we want to be prepared. We kind of request spotting from our friendly aircraft carrier, saying, hey, I know I'm spotted right now, please come spot for us. We're going to maintain this course for a little bit longer. We know one of the boats is a Gnevny, so we don't really need to worry about his torpedoes too much. And I believe the other one ends up being a Scone. But what we want to do there is look like we are committed to coming into the cap. That way, if any torpedoes were to come, they would have fired it off, saying, oh yeah, he's 100% committed to the cap, he's not going to maneuver. Once we had sold that maneuver, then we'll go ahead and maneuver out of the way, and look right there. There goes by a couple of fast racing torpedoes. It appears our ruse has worked, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. We're now just kind of keeping the guns swiveled and waiting for an enemy ship to pop. We know destroyers are in the area. We get a spot on the Gnevny right here. It's exactly what we want. We'll get our front salvo off, start turning away in case any torps are in the water. Other ship, the Scone, is pretty much in the same area, which does behoove us, because it means that we are going to be able to kind of concentrate on angling away from them, right? Because they're both coming from the same area, we can assume that torpedoes from both of them would be coming from about the same place. So we can go ahead, start maneuvering, try to get away from them, turn out, try to make it so that any fired torpedoes can't really hit us. And speaking of fire torpedoes, here they come. We did use our damage control party, so we can't afford to take one of these, because, well, we do end up taking one, but thankfully it doesn't cause flooding. We see Gnevny has fired his torpedoes. Thank goodness we have that boosted speed. We don't have that speed penalty, because without it, I don't think we would have been able to maneuver our way around as many of those torpedoes. So, Gnevny's down. Excellent. And now it's time to kind of start pushing towards Scone. We do have, our ships do have all of the all of the caps now. We end up having all of them at this point. Skone doing what he can to try to flip it over. I think that's the smart play for him to do. We're gonna keep HE loaded just in case. Also, we know we have these weak enemy battleships out in the distance. If we can land a couple of shots, try to help out finishing them off. We know we're not going to probably get a broadside shot on them. So HE firing in on them, pretty good idea just to try and get the best penetration angle and chance to do some damage, maybe light a fire, try to help out and do what we can. Nagato, very weak. If one of our shells lands, it could finish him off. Doesn't end up working out that way. Colorado, he's in our range next. He takes a huge couple of hits right there. Just as our guns reload, we go ahead, fire that off, and we realize if we don't finish him, the ships that are closer to him will absolutely finish him. But we can go ahead and take the credit on that Colorado. And I wouldn't call that a kill steal because if you remember how we opened the match, we definitely did a good chunk of the damage to him. Okay, so we can now see C is contested. We know it's the Skone because it's not the enemy aircraft carrier. And we can go ahead and push in. We know it's contested right now, which means the good thing is they're not accruing any points at this moment. But we're going to go ahead, push on in. We're not being spotted by it quite yet, but we are also just trying to... Personally, I'm trying to get closer to the planes because we're at 3 away from a clear skies medal, and I kind of want to get that clear skies medal. Skone ends up being on the other side of this island, so we do not have a shot as the enemy aircraft carrier begins to engage. We kind of turn around, try to make it so that we will intercept him on this next on his course, on his most previously spotted course. Though we do also want to play cautious for 2 reasons. One, we don't need to rush in. If he has torpedoes, while pan-European destroyers don't have huge Alpha Strike torpedoes, a YOLO rush on us could absolutely finish us. So we're going to keep this island between us and him just to make it so that we have an easier way to escape into the open water. Also, it keeps us closer to the enemy carrier, and as we previously stated, I want to get a clear skies medal, so maybe I can pop a couple more aircraft kills as Le Gaussonier comes in. Surprise to me, though, Skone actually did a double back after he dropped spot. Once he gets spotted here, I'm like, okay, there is no reason to pursue Skone. We are just going to kind of try to push out towards the enemy aircraft carrier. And this is actually going to be the end of the match because we'll end up winning on points. So, with that said, Concealment mod. Go out there, use it. It is absolutely incredible. I 100% recommend biting the bullet and just going ahead and kind of moving all of your previous RGAs, spending the 1,000,000 credits and converting them over to Concealment mod. Because the way I look at it, Concealment mod, you get to use the positive effects of Concealment mod every single game. RGA, it's kind of a rare thing to use RGA's abilities. RGA, you do get the ability to spot torpedoes a little bit earlier, but Concealment mod, you get the better incoming dispersion and you get better concealment, which both are just incredible things. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.